Hello, hello, it's the Jimmy Jam Oracle. Welcome to my channel. Remember, we thank the spirits. We ask them for their help today. And today we are doing Amberlynn. I'm going to just do some simple 3-card reads for her today. See if anything's changed. This was something I wanted to talk about. Because I did get an interesting comment on my last Amber video. And it was someone, and the thing is, I know they were mostly joking, but they were saying, well, I'm surprised, these girls haven't gotten the death card. And she was talking about Amber specifically. And my knee-jerk reaction is, oh yeah, I'm surprised too, that's crazy, Then I thought about it. I was like, why haven't they gotten, like, the death card, And I honestly think, because we have to think about, like, what death means in tarot. Like, sometimes it's actually very rare it means actual death. What death means is it's a closing of a door, and it is more permanent. Like, a situation or something's going to change. And when it changes, whether it's a gentle change or a sudden change, that door is closed and there's no going back. So I think that's why they refer to it as death. It's the death of something in your life, whether it's the death of a relationship, it's the end of like your job or a living situation. The tarot is implying that's a situation you are not going to go back to. And the girls are stuck in this cycle. And as long as they are stuck in the cycle, there is no death for them. There is no sudden change or gentle change, or there's no closing a door. It's just every time they walk out a door, the door is cracked open. They just walk right back in. There's no end in that metaphorical sense. So I just wanted to talk about that for a second, and let's go ahead and dive in. The whole time for the most time I was shuffling. The spirits, if you could help us today with this read for Amber, is there anything you'd like us to know? Anything you should tell us? I had a card that jumped out. Let's go ahead and read that just to get it out of the way. It's the Page of Wands. It says inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, free spirit, exploration, excitement, and freedom. Strange, because none of those things I would use to describe Amber. But tell you what, the spirits threw it out for us, or I fumbled it. But let's keep it off here to the side, and if it comes up again in the read, I'll bring it back. All right. There we go. We have the Queen of Wands. We got did we not get her the last time? I don't think so. I think it was a different queen. I don't know, because she looks familiar. We have the Star. I'm going to move this out of my way just a little bit. And then we have the King of Cups. We've been getting a lot of kings for Amber here in the past few weeks. So we have the Queen of Wands, says courage, confidence, independence, focus, zest for life, and determination and joy. Then we have the Star. It says hope, calm, faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality, fortune, good omen, and rejuvenation. And then we have the King of Cups. It's upright, says emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic, control, balanced, supportive leader, tolerant, and empathetic. Yeah. Weird, because I would use none of these to describe. That's so strange. Because who is this king and queen? Whoever they are, there's just this they're full of positivity. Like, I get a lot of positivity. And it's talking about rejuvenation. And for some reason, when I think of I do think of Amber. Like she's going to recover from something. But it's funny, I got this queen and king. But I don't feel like these describe her at all. And I honestly don't think they have anything to do with her. I would like to ask though. And it's funny, we have independence in this card, and the first card. Oh no, well, we have freedom. That was what I was thinking. The free spirit. Okay, let's ask the spirits. That's the spirits for clarity. Spirits, who is this Queen of Wands? Who is she? I honestly thought we got her. I think I'm starting to. Oh, we have the heartbreak card. It's the Three of Swords. It's heartbreak, suffering, grief, emotional pain, sorrow, hurt, divorce, loss, and depression. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point, change, inevitable fate, ups and downs, and unpredictable. And then we have, smacked right into that. We have the Two of Wands. It is reversed as personal goals, inner alignment, fear of unknown, fear of change, playing it safe, lack of planning. Because we've gotten that wordage for her too, the fear of change. And I really do believe both girls, Amber and Foodie, they both have this fear of change and the playing it safe when it comes to their channel. But the playing it safe part doesn't sit well with me. Alright, so the Wheel of Fortune talks about life cycles and destiny. It doesn't say turning point and change. So I have heartbreak. I wonder this Queen of Wands. Because some people are speculating that Amber is either with someone new or she's back with Emily. And I just wonder if that's what this is. It's someone she's with currently. Because it talks about divorce, loss, depression. So it implies there's going to be some sort of breakup. And that breakup is talking about change, a turning point. It also talks about life cycles. So it very well could be just implying that this, having girlfriend, the breakup, is part of Amber's cycle. But then we also have this one. It says the fear of unknown, fear of change, playing it safe. Playing it safe by staying within her cycle. Could be. All right, let's ask about the king real quick. Spirits, can you explain the King of Cups in Amber's read? Like, who is this? Emotionally balanced. Compassion. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I did get a couple of jump outs. Let's see. I got the World. I just don't know. I think she was upside down. Seeking personal closure, shortcuts, delays, no closure, incompletion. And then we also had the Eight of Swords fall out. It's reversed. This is self-limiting beliefs, inner critic, releasing negative thoughts, opening to new perspectives, self-acceptance, and freedom. So again, we're talking about freedom. Freedom was also declared in the Page of Wands. This is all very confusing. It's like they're trying to tell me something really complicated and I'm not quite getting it. Opening to new perspectives, self-acceptance, and freedom. So it's someone else in Amber's life that's coming? Because every time I see the World, I think it feels like another like cycle card because see they both contain circles. Shortcuts, delays, no closure, incompletion. This one's talking about incompletion. So as if she doesn't complete the cycle. So what stops her from completing the cycle? Hang on. If it's true and Amber's going to break her cycle, or there's something about this person that makes her unable to complete her cycle. Spirits, this King of Cups. Do they break Amber out of her cycle? Or why does Amber's cycle not complete? Okay, what do we have? We have the Ace of Pentacles. It is reversed. It says lost opportunity, missed chance, bad investment, lack of planning and foresight. It's the Hanged Man. It says pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, viewing things differently than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change, and release. So we have change. Things going to change. The Seven of Swords is coming clean, rethinking approach, deception, self-deceit, keeping secrets. So it's something she's going to keep secret. Hang on. Hang on, let's put everybody back. Let me see. Because keeping secrets for Amber is not a surprise. That's not a surprise. And just because the cards say that there's a cycle that's going to end, for one, we're not sure which cycle that is. And two, again, like, unless we get the Death card, I'm not going to really believe that it's a permanent change to her cycle. It'll just be a temporary inconvenience. Let's see that again. Let's see. Spirits, could you please break it down? Explain the last read for me. Oh. I had some cards fall out, but I think that was just my bad. All right. Let's see what they have to say. The Fool. We've gotten the Fool for Amber before. I'm sorry if I'm not putting these up high enough. Holding back, indecision, hesitation, recklessness, fearlessness, bad choices, risk-taking. Judgment. Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, new phase, absolution, reckoning, awakening, redemption, forgiveness, and mercy. And we have the World again. Completion. Oh, this time it's upright. It says completion, accomplishment, wholeness, attainment, fulfillment, travel, celebration of life, and arriving. So the completion. So maybe she does complete a cycle, but maybe what I was trying to say was that King of Cups was almost like threatening her cycle or somehow keeping her from completing it. I just wish I could be good enough at this to be able to tell what the spirits were trying to say. And I kind of do that sometimes where I keep drawing and I keep drawing and I keep drawing for clarity. And it just gets more muddied because one, I don't know if you guys know, I'm still new. I still keep my guidebook right here next to me. But there are some things that I think I just have trouble with. So we've gotten the Fool for Amber before. And I think that's a role she likes to take. I think she likes for people to think she's dumber than what she is. And she takes that judgment probably with a grain of salt. And then thus continues the cycle. Because like when I read the description in the cards, I think I just take them a little bit too literally. And sometimes it's not so much the wordage, it's the message behind the card. So here, like the world, I've talked about the world before, how a lot of times when I get them in the reading for the girls, I see it as a part of their cycle because of the circular imagery in the card. I did talk about deception. Let's ask the spirits. Let's put these aside for just a second. What deception is Amber working on or currently doing? What lie? Because I also said keeping secrets. Oh, we got the Hanged Man again. This time he's upright. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, fruits of labor, rewards, luxury, self-sufficiency, financial independence. Definitely Amber with her members, she's getting plenty of money just from that alone, plus what she's making from her videos. So yeah, right now I do think she's kind of back into sitting in the lap of luxury. Do I think she's making as much as she did like back in the day? No, but like I think she makes more than enough to be comfortable with. But then we have the Three of Cups, overindulgence, heavy partying, isolation, independence, alone time. Three is a crowd and gossip. Definitely could be related. Yeah, that's definitely Amber. The isolation, independence, alone time. You know, I keep getting the three's a crowd, and I just wonder if the reason I keep getting like kings and queens in Amber's read is because you know how she likes to talk to multiple people on the internet at once. Like, and I just wonder if those are two people that she's talking to. And they're being represented by kings and queens. We also have the Hanged Man, who is reversed as delays, standstill, resistance, stalling, indecision. There we go. Fear of sacrifice, lack of control. Yeah, so in choosing either the king or queen, I think Amber feels like she loses control. Because whenever she's in a relationship with someone, she feels like she has that control or that she needs that control. So if she's purposely letting one go to keep the other, she is purposely letting the sacrifice. That's her sacrifice when she's letting one of them go. She's sacrificing that control. And that could be that indecision. Maybe that's why the cards feel a little bit muddy to me, because there's a lot of like indecision going on. Choosing, indecision. Then there's multiple people involved. And in situations like that, it can muddy up the energy in the read. Spirits, we're going to ask about the Hanged Man and Amber's read. Amber reads. Her fear of sacrifice. What's the indecision? What is the indecision? What do we have? We have the Page of Swords. She's reversed. It says deception, manipulation, all talk, haste, haphazard action, self-expression. Deception, yep. Manipulation, definitely. Okay, so yeah, again, like that control, deception, manipulation. We have the Eight of Swords. It says negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, imprisonment, victim mentality, entrapment. If we're talking about like Amber trying to get, you know, like a new relationship started, or she's having like these multiple relationships at once, we can definitely talk about like entrapment. Even like she'll spin it as, you know, her being the victim somehow, some way. Well, even when it's talking about self-imposed restriction, I always thought it was talking about dieting. It's not talking about dieting. It's talking about being in a relationship. If she's the sacrifice, if she's letting one go, Or she's restricting herself to one person instead of multiple people. Maybe that's the restriction it's talking about in the cards. I never thought of that. I always thought, because I thought restriction, I was like, oh, diet. Calories. But it's not. It's like, almost like it's a love restriction. That's crazy. Hang on, let's try one more. Because I usually do 3. We have strength that is reversed. Says inner strength, self-doubt, weakness, insecurity, low energy, raw emotion, struggle, and pride. Raw emotion, definitely for Amber. She she complains all the time that she feels things too much, which I don't know if that's true or not. But struggle and pride, definitely. I think that's Amber, because I do think all of this just comes down to not love, but pride. It's sort of like when you carry around that expensive purse, that Coach bag. And for Amber, I feel like that's her flex, is that, well, I can pull this girl, and I can pull that person, and I can pull this, and I got a married woman. All of that is just this one big flex for her. Because I do believe she has that flex, even when she's holding up her perfume stuff, or her more expensive purses, or the name brand purses, or even when she does torrid hauls. It's almost like it's a flex for her, and that pride bleeds into her relationships. So whoever she's in a relationship with, or I guess in this case, I feel like it's however many she's in a relationship with, she bulks up her pride. And that's part of the sacrifice. That's the sacrifice it's talking about. She doesn't want to lose control. She doesn't want to lose that pride, that flex. Because I think when it's talking about secrets and deception, she is keeping these relationships secret. Because, I think she wants to be able to, when things get really bad, to reach into her back pocket and pull this ace out. Be like, oh, my views are down. I'm in multiple relationships right now. Or even I'm talking to this person. And then people start watching again because they want to know more about this person. But meanwhile, the people she's talking to think she's talking about them. Oh, hell, that's crazy. If it's true, it's crazy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do your intuition pull, because the video has gone more than long enough. So this is a card just for you, and I was immediately feeling this little guy right here. I'm gonna flip that. We have death. We have death. That's crazy, because we were just talking about death. It's reversed though. But yeah, okay, fair. Now we can actually look at the card, because this is the first time, not the first time I've drawn death, but this is the first time I've drawn death on camera, in relation to Girl World. It says resistance to change, fearing change, holding on, stagnation, decay, and personal transformation. Okay. So actually the reverse death would be something we would see in Amber or Foodie's Reid, because it says resistance to change, fearing change, holding on. But even then, I don't really feel we would get this card, because it does say resistance to change. And the girls aren't so much resistant because resistance to me it's not absolute. I feel like just because you're resistant towards something doesn't mean you can't be talked into about it. So I feel like there's that wiggle room for it. But let's look at it right side up out of curiosity. Get a good look at the picture. It says endings, beginnings, change, transformation, transition, metamorphosis, end of cycle. And that's why we never see death in Amber's or Foodie's Reid, because it is the end of cycle. And all we get for them are cycles, because they are stuck in their cycles. This is fantastic that they drew death after talking about death at the beginning of the video. But see, death isn't about death in the physical sense. And even like drives in the point by saying metamorphosis. Because think about the caterpillar to the butterfly. You can't take a a butterfly and take it back to being a caterpillar. Like, it's done. It's a done deal. There's no walking back through the door. Awesome. That's awesome that we got that today. We thank the spirits for bringing that to us and helping us out today. And I thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a great day.